democracy, or because you're worried about data centers in your backyard, or because you just believe that neighbors deserve a say in what happens in our community. Welcome. At the end of the day, we're all here because we believe in democracy. Not democracy as a slogan, but democracy as a practice. When a powerful new technology is implemented in the community, it should be up to the community that gets to decide how it's used. Not a vendor, not an unelected department, not a closed-door contract, but us, the people. So let's talk about what we're actually up against today. Today the city is voting on a data center moratorium, and we welcome this moratorium as it allows the city to research and report back on the potential positives or negatives of this technology. We expect this moratorium to pass through the City Commission later this evening. But we, with the Get the Flock Out of Kalamazoo campaign, are left wondering, where was that same urgency for something that is already here, already running, already watching? Flock's ALPR cameras aren't just cameras, they're AI powered, feeding into pattern recognition systems that build a moving map of every single person in this city. Real infrastructure, real risk right now. And it got not any of the scrutiny that a hypothetical data centers are currently getting. Get the Flock Out of Kalamazoo filed a public records request and got back the data. The actual searches run through KDPS's license plate reader network. And here's what the data said. Kalamazoo's flock cameras are accessed on average once every 2 minutes. That's over 250,000 searches per year. Nearly 2/3 of those searches on our local network didn't come from KDPS at all, but came from outside agencies, the biggest one being Michigan State Police. And all the searches that KDPS ran themselves in the data that we received, roughly 9 out of 10 had no case number attached. No case number means no clear investigation, and it means no accountability trail, just a search. So let's talk about these searches. Last year, a sheriff's deputy in Texas ran a search across the Flock's network, not for a violent crime, but for a woman who had an abortion, a woman who sought health care. That single search reached over 83,000 cameras in states hundreds of miles away, in places where what she did wasn't even a crime. This is the system that Kalamazoo has plugged itself into. And here's how Flock got so big. They went city to city, township to township, county to county. They moved fast at the most local level, betting that no one would ask questions until this insidious technology was already installed. Preying on the weakness of local leaders with bold promises to find the missing kids and to catch carjackers. Promises that don't stand up to scrutiny. That's exactly why we're not stopping at one meeting. We're showing up at every single one of these bodies until every elected official in Kalamazoo County has to answer for this system on the record. So tonight, we're not just here to chant and wave signs. We're here to walk upstairs and tell the City Commission exactly what we want. To get the Flock out of Kalamazoo. If hypothetical data centers deserve a 1-year moratorium, a real surveillance system already logging your neighbors deserves one too. Pause its use. Pause the renewals. Pause the expansion and give the community the say that it never got. We encourage the city commissioners a socialist. But this issue isn't about left or right. This is about whether you believe that our movement should be tracked without your consent. Whether you believe your city government owes you transparency over the tools it uses against you. I believe in freedom, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Freedom of speech, freedom from exploitation, freedom of privacy, freedom of assembly, the freedom to live in a community that spends its money lifting people up instead of spying on them. If you share that desire to live in a community that values democracy and freedom, then I hope you join me upstairs during public comment to tell the City Commission to get the flock out of Kalamazoo. Now let's get upstairs and give them hell! Upstairs, everyone, let's go!
Hey, could I bum one of those? I left mine in the car. Sir. I wasn't sure what to expect, but thank you very much.
No problem. I've been trying to quit, but
You what?
I've been trying to quit.
Oh, me too.
They didn't like your signs there?
Get the goggles.
Too many people. You helped us get in.
Had to get some shots of your dog. It's adorable.
Thank you. Her name is Sunshine. Did you get it? Do you want to get this?
I got it from up there. Yes, it's fantastic.
I'm Rebecca Bergman, a Kalamazoo Township resident, and I came here tonight to address a misconception that comes up every time surveillance is challenged. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. I grew up believing the police were there to protect us, but I was a good kid in a bad situation. My family terrorized me and portrayed my responses as evidence that I was dangerous. They hurt me until I reacted. I was autistic, but I was never given the evaluations I needed. Instead of getting help, they shopped me around until they got a diagnosis they could weaponize, and enlisted the mental health and justice system to continue the abuse. The more afraid I became, the less compliant I appeared. The less compliant I appeared, the more I was punished. My fear became evidence against me. At 14, my mother told a police officer that I was dangerous. He ordered me to put out my hands and I froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. He slammed me to the floor, broke the knee into my back, and charged me with felony resisting. The police met a terrified autistic child and saw a criminal. We can't keep pretending that authority always understands what it's seen. Fear can be mistaken for defiance. Trauma can be seen as aggression. Our own sheriff's office recognizes this danger so clearly that it distributes autism alert decals for homes and vehicles. But no one should need a diagnosis or a sticker to survive being misunderstood. When people say, just don't commit a crime, they imagine a world where only guilty people become suspicious, only dangerous people become tracked, and where authority reliably recognizes innocence. Flock cameras create searchable records of people's movements and place those records inside institutions operated by human beings with human assumptions, biases, incomplete information, and enormous discretion. The danger is not only deliberate misuse. The danger is ordinary human error armed with unprecedented reach. A camera can record a vehicle, it can't record coercion. It doesn't record desperation. It can't determine if someone has committed a crime or is fleeing from harm. One police officer misunderstood one frightened child. A surveillance network makes it easy to locate, follow, and repeatedly act against thousands of people they have misunderstood. Policies can be changed. Access can be expanded. The officials making promises today cannot find every official who will hold power tomorrow. Flock is a blank check written against the freedom and well-being of this entire community. I'm asking this commission to end the contracts and remove the cameras. You can't promise us that power will always recognize innocence. My life is proof of that.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jude Watkins, and I live in Kalamazoo Township. I wanted to talk about what happened in Edward Street. There were kids living in some of those tents. There are also lots of kids in the community who don't have a safe and stable home. Kids shouldn't have to worry about where they're going to sleep or whether their parents' things will be taken away. If people are living in tents because they don't have anywhere else to go, making them move doesn't give them a home. It just makes things harder. I think our city should help families find safe places to live before making them leave the place they already have. Kids need homes. They need to feel safe, and they need grown-ups to care about what happens to them. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Marcus Johnson. I am a resident of Kalamazoo Township, and I am proud to say I live on camera. Over the past 3 months, I've had to do several interviews. I say had to. I was a former resident of Long Rock Main Apartments in Kalamazoo Township. As many of you already know, the entire apartment complex was condemned. Every tenant there had to make some very difficult choices about where they were going to live, how they were going to support themselves, with very little support from government agencies, very little support from their community on how they can protect themselves from some very intrusive, very abusive communication from their landlords. And I think one of the biggest challenges that we also experienced was that we weren't alone. And that there are other people who live in apartments, both in the city and the township, who experience that same amount of fear and frustration and the realization that they can't get any help from the right kind of help from their government agencies to support them as tenants in the place where they live, so they don't feel safe, they don't feel comfortable approaching their landlord, they don't even have the right to counsel. I will also say that on May 27th, the apartment complex put a note on its front door that banned all media outlets from coming on property to talk to tenants. And as a result of that, I think that combined with people's inherent mistrust or fear of media outlets made it really hard for them to talk to a news reporter who just wanted to ask these questions about their lived experience. So we're a community that's still trying to resolve some of this tension, still trying to find some representation for a class action lawsuit, but our voices really matter. And the only reason why we're able to get anywhere with our landlord was because we're able to use our voices to push our landlord to give us our security deposit refunds back and give us rent for May, which we're still waiting on. Coming up in November, we also know that we're facing an election where, again, our voices are the only protection that we have. It would be great if we lived in a county or a state where we were able to protect ourselves with government support, but I think especially with the presence of Flock cameras, and especially with the threat of ICE coming into our community, and especially with other threats that are coming down from the federal level that want to make election the right to a free and fair election very, very difficult. Our voices are really the only thing that can use to make a change. Kalamazoo is a blue dot and a purple state, and because of that, that makes us look like a very easy target. I pose that question to you as leaders of this community, and I ask you to start thinking about how you're going to protect us from these Flock cameras, how you're going to protect us from the presence of ICE coming in, and also how that's going to link back to other rights that people have as tenants, as people who just want to be citizens in the city and not be overly surveilled. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Aaron. I am known as Locals Only on Instagram. I am here today to confront you guys, our commissioners, our mayor, and our vice mayor, about allowing this Flock situation without consulting the community with all of the information. Where is the transparency? Why are you guys denying FOIA requests when it comes to the cameras and data being collected? Where is the transparency? Why is there still a fence around our media? What construction is happening there? Because that eyesore fence is hurting local businesses and free spaces. I'd much rather have a few unhoused people who mind their own business than that god-awful fence. And when you guys recently displaced all of those unhoused, what resources did you offer? The one gentleman said it the best. How do you evict somebody from being outside? It really is not a good look to kick somebody while they are down. Or a good feeling. Why? Why are you guys doing that? That falls on the definition of evil. Why are you wasting taxpayer money to build an event center and to refuck downtown instead of investing that money in the housing issues here in Kalamazoo? When we already have an event center that's hemorrhaging money, why waste even more? Why are you militarizing the police and social services against the people? Do you guys only think about yourselves and personal interests? You work for the people. If you do not listen to your constituents that are the people, we will replace you. You work for us, not Flock, not the Strikers, not the Bucks Front, any of those other major corporations that call Kalamazoo. You do realize you are in a room full of pissed off constituents, and you are the common denominator. You guys need to address and fix the problems, or we will have you removed. Do your jobs. You guys are a joke. You only protect your own asses, not the asses of the marginalized. And guess what? Those marginalized people they are your constituents. It is your job to protect them, so do your job. We do not want Flock. We want a downtown that was built for commerce. And we are tired of resources being wasted on vanity projects. We are tired of the government spying on us. We are tired of commissioners dragging their feet and not having a fire under their ass. If you can't do your job, quit. So that way we can get somebody capable of doing it for you. The fact that I have to confront you and waste my time on a Monday while there are many other things I'd rather be doing says a lot. So I am going to finish up my time by wasting your time. sing a silly song for you guys, but I don't think I would have had the time. Hope you guys have a rest of the night, and I hope you guys do what's right.
And that was not right what y'all did to us, but y'all didn't give us no resources. Half of these people out here ain't got no wins. They have nowhere to go. They got their companion dogs. They don't have nowhere to go. These people really, what they out here dying because they got no wins, and now they ain't got nowhere to go. But guess what? Now they about to be out here really robbing, stealing, and killing because y'all just took the only place they got to go home. Some people don't have a choice, and then some people do. Y'all brought all of them people from all of these states here, and y'all kicked the Kalamazoo people out. Now what? Now y'all forcing us to go all the way out there? How is we supposed to get all our stuff back and forth from Springfield to Atlas every day? We wash our ass over there. We wash our clothes over there. We eat over there. Who got time for that? Y'all ain't got no resources, son, but y'all just not moving. That ain't there. And what? It is people out here with kids living in tent. Why? Because y'all giving us a gospel permission to live at, and I ain't nowhere to live at.
People can't even go there.
Half of them people got their hair off because they got lice infection. Let's talk about this. And people dying over there. Let's talk about that. How many people died over there? Y'all ain't even really taking what y'all really looking at what y'all taking from you. Yeah, we ain't got nowhere to go, but some people out there in tents do got jobs. It just ain't enough for y'all economy. Y'all don't understand what y'all really did. And there's people out there, what now? Everybody out there over there robbing, stealing, and now they about to get in fights and stuff because they ain't nowhere to go. Everybody confused on where to go. We don't want to move too far away from our goddamn resources. Our resources is right there. No transportation. We ain't got no daycare, no nothing while we try to look for housing. No, none of that. Y'all say it's free, it's really not free because what? Y'all making us what? Volunteer for food stamps, so we homeless. We trying to fucking watch our stuff from getting stolen. Y'all need to what? If y'all can come down there what? And just pay attention to the lives that y'all just destroyed. And pregnant lives, there's people out there pregnant and everything. Think about them babies. Y'all don't think about none of that. Y'all destroyed a lot of lives out there. And we hungry.
Let's do this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Desiree. I'm advocating for the homeless. Stop moving them, start helping them. We are here today because our homeless neighbors deserve better. People should not have to live in tents, on sidewalks, in the cars, or wherever they can find a small piece of ground to survive. And they should not constantly be told to move along. Every time they find somewhere they feel safe, moving people from one place to another does not solve homelessness. It only moves the problem and the people suffering from one location to another. We are demanding that our community stop treating homelessness like an inconvenience and start treating it like the crisis it is. We are asking our community leaders to work with homeless individuals instead of simply pushing them away. We need safe places for people that they can stay, access to bathrooms, clean water, food, mental health, addiction resources, transportation, housing assistance, and real pathways towards permanent homing. We are now not asking for special treatment. We are asking for compassion, dignity, and a chance to survive. These are neighbors. They are people that are mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, veterans, workers, and people who have experienced circumstances that could happen to almost anyone. Nobody should have to wonder where they are going to sleep tonight. We will continue speaking up until our community understands that homelessness people are human beings, not a problem to be moved out of sight. Stop moving them, start helping them. Give them a safe place to go, give them dignity, give them help and hope. We stand together because everyone deserves a place to call home.
Show the homeless love.
That was excellent.
I also made a GoFundMe account to raise up money to help them. We have a fundraiser.
Shout it out.
There's a poster.
Yeah, it's under my name. It's Desiree Stansberry. I just gave my speech. It's under Desiree Stansberry. It's a GoFundMe account to help the homeless, to give them. I have a speech for that too. Help me help our homeless community. Every person deserves a safe place to sleep, a warm meal, clean clothes, and feeling that someone cares about them. I started this fundraiser because I have seen too many people in our community struggling to survive without a safe place to call home. Some are sleeping in tents, cars, or wherever they can find shelter. Many are facing circumstances that are difficult to others to understand, and too often that they feel forgotten. I want to do something about it. My goal is to raise money to provide immediate basic necessities for people experiencing homelessness, including food, bottled water, hygiene products, blankets, warm clothing, tents, and other essential supplies. I also want to help connect people with available shelters, housing resources, transportation, and other services that can help them get back on their feet. I know I can't change everyone's circumstance overnight, but I do believe that even a small act of kindness can make a huge difference. Sometimes a meal, a blanket, a pair of clean socks, or simply knowing that someone cares can give a person the hope that they need the most. Every donation, no matter how small, will help. Even if you aren't able to donate, sharing this fundraiser is just valuable and can help us reach someone who is able to contribute. I am asking our community to come together and show that people experiencing homelessness are not invisible and they are not forgotten. Thank you for reading or listening to me, donating, sharing, and helping me make a difference one person at a time.
That's awesome.
Show the homeless love.
Show the homeless love. I agree. Thank you for sharing that with me.
You're welcome.